What's up, everybody? It's your girl Vivian, and I am back with another video. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time watching, hello, please like, comment, subscribe, share my videos on all platforms, and don't forget to click that notification bell on the side. That'll keep you alerted anytime I upload a new video. Now, this channel is about lifestyle, beauty, fashion, entertainment, whatever I can get on here and review for you guys and let you guys know the tea on what's going on. I'm all here for it. So I want to thank you to all of my day ones and my new subscribers for subscribing to my channel. Without further ado, we're going to get into this video. This video is going to be about some recent entertainment news. It's in reference to R. Kelly, Robert Kelly, okay, king of R&B, and all that, okay. R. Kelly has been sentenced to 30 years, which in my opinion should have been a little bit more. But he finally got sentenced to 30 years in prison for all the damaging, traumatizing things he has done to these young teenage girls, okay? Now, I'm gonna give you my intake on the situation. R. Kelly has been doing this for a long time. He has been doing this for a long time, since Aaliyah. We all was young, like Aaliyah, at that time. We all heard rumors at that time, but we just brushed it off. Until 2002, 2003, he had a sex tape that came out. Now, as you all know, at that time, there was nothing but tape CDs that was going around. They had those peer-to-peer file sharing apps like Kaza and all of that you can go online and share those files. So everybody had their hands on that sex tape. And everybody who watched that sex tape know that that was R. Kelly. Even though he tried to say that was his brother, he tried to make his brother take the rap. No, we all know that was R. Kelly. But we swept it under the rug, most of us. Some of us believed it, and some of us believed that he did those things, which I really don't want to go into detail because that sex tape was very graphic, okay? And they had some that didn't want to believe what he was doing. Now, let me tell you this. When Lifetime came out with Surviving R. Kelly, I never watched it. I said I wasn't going to watch it because I already knew R. Kelly was doing these things. It was just him being caught and being punished for what he was doing. It's just, when are we going to punish him for the stuff that he was doing? I've been knowing R. Kelly was doing it. I mean, most of us knew R. Kelly was doing that without even watching Surviving R. Kelly. But Friday, I was like, you know what? I seen it was on Netflix. I was like, let me watch it and see what they were talking about. Now, at the time when it came out on Lifetime, and I was hearing about one of the ladies, you know, it was like the backup singer or the backup dancer or something like that, when she talked about how she saw R. Kelly and Aaliyah, you know, the bus, you know, and all of that. I was kind of upset because I was like, you know what? Aaliyah's not here to defend herself, to talk about it. You know, her parent, her mom, her brother, you know, to hear all of this. Like, I wonder, did they give them the okay to talk about stuff like that? You know, I was kind of upset because Aaliyah wasn't here to defend herself. But when I saw that documentary, I was like, okay, them girls went through a lot. They went through a lot. Andrea Kelly, R. Kelly's ex-wife, went through a lot. Sparkle, I don't know. She kind of, I don't know. Her situation kind of iffy. But the rest of those teenage girls that's now grown women, they went through a lot with Robert Kelly. Okay? Like, one of them said, R. Kelly, you know, he was very talented. We all know king of R&B. But that Robert was the devil. And I mean, the amount of information, of the amount of things that he's done to those teenage girls at the time is just disgusting. It's disgusting. Now, most of us was young at that time with Aaliyah. We was around Aaliyah age, you know, when Aaliyah first came out with back, forth and forth, you know, and she had, you know, everybody wanted to dress like Aaliyah at the time, you know, with the you know, the sports bra and all that, abs showing. Everybody wanted to dress like Aaliyah. Everybody. Okay. When Aaliyah came out with back, forth and forth, and Age Ain't Nothing But a Number, and what's that other song? At Your Best, Your Love. You know, that was all good songs to us. We always, like, Aaliyah was this new artist. We always loving her music and stuff like that. And at the time, some of us that was young like Aaliyah, we really couldn't understand the relationship her and R. Kelly had. Because if you notice, if you look back at those videos, R. Kelly was always around that girl, always in her back. Like, why is he always there? You know what I'm saying? To say that he's producing her music, why he always gotta be with her? Like, at the time we were young, we didn't think nothing of it because R. Kelly was making music. We all heard his music. We all loved R. Kelly music, which some of us shouldn't have been listening to his music at the time, you know, because the kind of music he was making. But we always liking his music. But it's like, man, when you look back at those 3 videos she had, it's like R. Kelly was, even the At Your Best, Your Love video, like he was like, man, always like, he was just like behind her, like always there, like always there. And I'm like, again, we were young like Aaliyah, we didn't recognize it. So on the documentary, they had this clip where she went on Video Soul with Donnie Simpson, and I think her name was Big Liz at the time. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I could see her face. I may have the name wrong. He went on Video Soul with her. Like, why he had to be with her in the first place? It didn't make sense. Like, he actually went with her, and at that time, Aaliyah was 14, 15 years old. He went on Video Soul with her. And it took that woman that was on Video Soul to ask the question about their relationship, and they kept brushing it off. Oh, you know, we're just really good friends, we're really good no. To me, as an adult looking at that now, that don't look right. An adult, a grown man and a young girl being together all the time. I don't care if R. Kelly was an R&B singer, a producer or whatever. Them being together all the time, looking at it from an adult perspective, that doesn't make sense. That's not normal. That's what I want to say. It's not normal. Then one of the girls said on the documentary, she called them, okay, the tour manager, and as for that tour manager, you should be locked up. Because you knew what was going on. You knew what R. Kelly was doing. You was getting them girls for R. Kelly. So you should be locked up. I hope you see this video too. Because, yeah, I'm talking to you. The tour manager that was on that documentary. You too. All of y'all. All the ones that was involved, that was aiding R. Kelly, that was helping R. Kelly get them girls and keeping them girls in them houses and stuff like that. All of y'all need to be locked up. All of y'all. Not just him. All of y'all need to be locked up. Because y'all all knew what was going on and y'all was helping them too. But yeah, when that tour manager, he had said that R. Kelly was nervous and everything, and told him, well, I'm gonna say allegedly, but it's on documentary. It's on the documentary, Surviving R. Kelly. So it came out of the tour manager's mouth. Anyway. When he said that R. Kelly came to him nervous and saying Aaliyah is pregnant, you know, stuff like that. I'm just like, when I watched it, I was like, what the fuck? And then he ended up marrying her. And then on the marriage certificate, they made it like Aaliyah was 18. Aaliyah wasn't even 18. She was 15 at the time. So all those rumors we was hearing at a young age, like Aaliyah, that was true. It really was true. But what happened was, and then for the simple fact, when I guess after 2 months of being married, I guess the parents wasn't having it, or what. So say Aaliyah's parents found out and they wasn't having it. He paid Aaliyah $100 and they went on their separate ways. $100. I guess he called that as hush money, because at the time, notice when that came out when we was young and those rumors came out, we didn't hear nothing from Aaliyah anymore. We didn't hear. It's like we wasn't hearing her music like that. We wasn't seeing Aaliyah like that. And then all of a sudden, after 3 or 4 years, Aaliyah came out with One in a Million. She had her own new crew. She had Timbaland. She had Missy. She had a whole new crew behind her. You know, like that was just. But again, at that time, we all played a blind eye to it. We all was deaf to what we was hearing. We all kept enjoying. We enjoying Aaliyah new music from her, and we kept enjoying R. Kelly's music. At the same time, R. Kelly start messing with other teenage girls. And it was that one particular one who said that, you know, she was in the mall, R. Kelly was in the mall. And, you know, I forgot how the interaction was, or Kelly left, okay, whatever. But then for the tour manager, asked for him. That motherfucker. He came back to give, I think, R. Kelly's number to her. It was some kind of shit. However, they met up at his studio or something like that. And if I recall, and she said how, you know, she was just in awe, you know, she's right there like R. Kelly. She's right by R. Kelly, you know, just ecstatic. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, like I'm with R. Kelly, like trying to be an aspiring singer. I forgot her name, but she said that R. Kelly leaned over and kissed her the first time, then leaned over again and stuck his tongue in her mouth. Like that right there, as a teenager, you know, never experiencing things like that yet. You probably still a virgin or something like that. You know, to experience a grown man making a move on you like that, it's just, that has to be shocking. And then for her to detail that she ended up, you know, as the months and everything went by, and R. Kelly abusing her and she doing some sexual things and stuff like that, for her to say she ended up getting mono, then turned into Guillain-Barré. Like, I was just talking about this disease like a couple of days ago because we heard of someone who had that. And to think that watching this documentary, this girl ended up catching something like that, you know, in relation to the sexual stuff she was doing with R. Kelly, is like, it's just, oh, it's just mind-boggling. Look, I can't explain that to y'all. Y'all can Google it, Guillain-Barré, and it's gonna show y'all the ins and the outs, like what causes it, you know, what did, you know, the symptoms and all of that. That's all I can tell y'all about that disease. But it was just like, man, like those teenage girls at the time went through a lot. And the one that really got me is that his youngest, you know, it was another girl who was 14 year old girl he was sexually abusing. You know what I'm saying? And it happened to be the same girl that was on the sex tape that mostly all of us saw, that he peed on her and stuff like that is disgusting. Like, for R. Kelly to do that, he had a problem. Like, this guy really had a problem. He really was sick. Like, as fine as R. Kelly was back in the day, you mean to tell me you couldn't mess with no adult female? Like, you couldn't just be steady with somebody? That means you really was sick. You really had a problem that you needed to address. Like, you really needed to seek help. And I don't know if you tried to seek help at the time and it just wasn't working, but you really needed help. And you know what? And let me just say this. It pisses me off because R. Kelly is very talented. God gave, let me just talk like this as if R. Kelly watching this. R. Kelly, you had a beautiful talent. Can no R&B artist right now can touch your catalog of music? Can nobody match up to you? And I'm saying that straight up. When it comes to your talent. Now, you went through some stuff. They talked about your childhood. I know you went through some stuff. You was sexually abused just like your brothers. I know you couldn't read and write too well. A lot of them said that. But God gave you a talent that's unmatched. Can nobody touch that? You made beautiful music. You made music that had us crying. You made music that had us, having a good time at family reunions, cookouts, weddings. I mean, making love. A lot of children probably was made today off of your music. You know what I'm saying? You had undeniable talent. Your catalog of music, can nobody touch that. I mean, when a lot of us listen to your music, a lot of us have memories with your music. I mean, let me tell you something. TP2.com, that album, the end of my junior year up until my senior year, that album holds memories, y'all. Memories of just, like being in love with somebody, but that person not, just going through all of that in my high school days, junior to senior. Like, that album holds memories. The album with You Remind Me of Something and Download All That, like, that album too, like, it was certain songs on there that holds memories. Like, when people listen to your music, people got memories. We can sit down and hear that song like, oh man, I remember that time I was going through it. Oh man, I remember that time we my family, we all got together, we was dancing and two-stepping and everything. You made music that just was unmatched. Like, nobody could touch that. You just don't understand the talent you had, the music you made for us. That, I mean, man, when we call you the king of R&B, you are really the king of R&B. You still are. Even though you going to the pen, you still a king of R&B. You still are. Besides Usher and Chris Brown, R. Kelly, you did that. But it's like, now it's hard for me to kind of listen to your music, because after I watched that documentary, I was just like, you know what? I don't want to hear nothing else. I don't want to hear nothing else. It's like I couldn't listen to your music to say, and it's sad because your music have a lot of memories. I have a lot of memories with your music, and now it's hard to kind of listen to that after hearing all these stories that I didn't want to hear because I knew you was doing it. But like, hearing it is like, oh no, I just, it just pisses me off that you had to tarnish your legacy for something so sick. And I feel sorry for the girls that's now grown women who went through all they went through. I really do feel sorry for them. I really do. Now, the two I don't feel sorry for is that Asante and that Kitty. Y'all can have a seat. Y'all was some grown women in y'all 30s. One of them, Kitty, you was a radio host, okay? Don't tell me you didn't know all that shit R. Kelly was doing. Because we all remember that first trial. The one he got acquitted with. The one where the actual girl herself said that wasn't her on whatever. Oh, we all know what's going on. You call yourself, oh, that's R. Kelly, you was blindsided. You thought R. Kelly was just going to be with you or whatever. R. Kelly had you locked up just like them girls. Okay? Assigned to you too. Grown, adult, knowing what R. Kelly did in the past. You two, I don't feel sorry for y'all two. Kid and Asante, I don't feel sorry for y'all. I don't care about y'all story. I don't even want to know about y'all book if y'all trying to write a book, because y'all two were grown women. Y'all thought y'all was gonna have a lifetime. Y'all gave up y'all careers, y'all jobs, y'all gave up everything to go be with R. Kelly, knowing what he was doing. Ain't nobody got time for that. I don't have time for none of y'all stories. Kid and Asante, girl, bye. But yeah, R. Kelly got 30 years. He should have got more. That's just my personal opinion. He should have got more. This was long overdue. Long overdue. And you know what? I look back at those videos Aaliyah made, you know, with AJ Number. Like, first of all, even listening to that. And that's another thing. That was the name of her album, too. Her first album, AJ Number. When you even look at her first album, the album cover, you can see R. Kelly in the blurry as can be. You can see R. Kelly in the background. But us being young as Aaliyah was at that time, we were some young girls. We was blind to it because we didn't understand. We was like, oh, Aaliyah, you know, she got this new music. You know, all of us became Aaliyah fans at that time. You know, R. Kelly producing her music. You know, R. Kelly made good music. But looking back at it, look at Aaliyah's first album. Her album cover, R. Kelly was right there. Every video she was making on them songs, R. Kelly was in her back. And we didn't think nothing of it, but looking back at it, was like, oh no. That ain't normal. That ain't normal. And first of all, 14 years old talking about age ain't nothing but a number. Again, us being young like Aaliyah, we didn't understand it. But looking back at it as an adult, age ain't nothing but a number. I mean, I can say age ain't nothing but a number now because I'm older. I'm an adult. You know, if I want to date somebody a couple of years older than me, I can see myself saying age ain't nothing but a number. But 13, 14-year-old singing age ain't nothing but a number? No, ma'am. Like, Aaliyah shouldn't have been making songs like that. And I remember this one song on Aaliyah's album, on her first album. You can just hear R. Kelly in the background. Leah, you're the only one for me. Leah, you're the only one for me. And now, knowing what we know now, I'm like, oh, Jesus. May Aaliyah rest in peace. And I'm sorry that she had to go through all of that. And I'm not even going to bring her parents or her brother, you know, I'm not bringing them in that. I just can't. I just cannot. I'm not even going to question them. That's a sensitive subject. I'm not even getting into that. Aaliyah, may you rest in peace. We will always love you. We will always play your music. I'm not even getting into that. But the rest of them girls, where was the parents? And then the one that had that disease, the one that I told you about, that said she had mono from R. Kelly, ended up getting Gillian's bear or whatever. If I'm saying this right. R. Kelly had the nerve to send that girl's mom $1,000 while that girl's sitting up in the hospital suffering. Okay? Had the nerve to give that girl's mama $1,000. And I'm just like, what the hell was that mom doing like that? I'm just not understanding. Was she being threatened or something like that? Like, I just want to know, where were the parents? Were y'all fighting? See, like I got something in my nose. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. Looked like I had something in my nose. Where were the parents? Like, did y'all fight hard? 'Cause to me, it seems like y'all didn't fight hard enough. I'm sorry. Had that been my mama, I already can tell y'all right now, I'd have been like, Mom, R. Kelly is here. R. Kelly said I can come to the studio, you know, and everything. He know I can sing. I sung for him. You know, this, that, and the third. My mom would have been like, I don't give a damn if that's Stevie Wonder. I don't care if that's Keith Sweat. round on Isley, I don't give a damn. You ain't going no goddamn way. You ain't getting no call. You hear me? That would have been my mama. Now I don't know about y'all mama, but my mama wouldn't having it. Cause I know for me, I know I would have had to call my mama before doing anything. That's just me. That's how I thought at that time. But not a lot of teenagers thought like that. You know, but I would have been like, oh no, I gotta call my mama. You know, I'd have to been finding a phone. And I could just hear Janice. You ain't going nowhere. Who? What? Girl, if you don't get your ass away, or I can just hear her. I can just hear her. It would have been no way I was getting in there. Janice was not having it. Not having it. But that's my mama. I don't know about everybody else mama. But my mama wouldn't have it. She don't. It could have been Babyface, Keith Sweat. It could have been everybody. You ain't going nowhere. Not without me. If anything else, my mama's gonna drive me. Then she still probably wouldn't have let me go. So that's just I'm just like, it just seems like those parents wasn't fighting hard enough. I'm sorry. Because Janice was not having no man lock me up like that. She was going to red sand until I'm out of there. First of all, I wouldn't have got there in the first place. Because Janice wouldn't have let me go in the first place. So, I don't know. I'm just like, did y'all? It just feels like those parents didn't fight hard enough when it came to those teenage girls. And I don't know if maybe when those girls start getting 18, 19 years old, maybe they felt like they're adults now. I don't know. But I will say this. Let me tell you something. I'm not judging those teenage girls that's now grown women. I'm not judging them because we all were young teenage girls, 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old teenage girls. We all were young at a time, and we all, not all, some of us was kind of out there, wilding out. So I'm not going to sit here and judge those girls because we all was once young. Okay? Shit, hell, I know some of them girls that I can remember some of them girls who would have been too glad to jump in that limo or that Jeep with R. Kelly. I know some of them. Back in the day when I was young, some of them I knew, they would have been too glad to jump in the Jeep with R. Kelly. Because some of them was out there. They would have been too glad. So I'm not judging them girls because we all was once young. We always, some of us, was 14, 15, 16-year-old dating a 21, 22-year-old. Come on now. There's no lie about that. Some of us was doing it, and they got some of us who know some who was out there dating older guys. So it just, I'm not here to judge those girls. I know my mama wouldn't having it. Because that first thing I'd have been I got to call my mama to let her know where I'm going. The minute I would have told her that, you ain't going to goddamn place. Get your ass away. Get your ass out that Jeep, out that limo. You better be at such and such by the time I get there. That's how Janice would have been. But I'm just, everybody don't have a mama. Everybody mama is not alike. I'm just giving y'all my experience on how Janice was strict on me. But I can tell y'all this too. As a teenager, even though my mama was strict on me, even though we had parents that were strict on us, some of us still found a way to kind of sneak around as teenagers, if you know what I'm saying. Some of us still found a way. So I'm not going to judge these teenage girls that's now grown women who went through all of that, and they were just blindsided because I guess they never thought, and me either, never thought R. Kelly would do such a thing, but goes to show you he was a wolf in sheep's clothing. You know, he was just that's just who he was. And yes, he went through some stuff. Yes, he was timid. He, you know, he was scared to go outside, mingle with other people. You know, like they said. Yes, he couldn't hardly read and write. Yes, he was molested and you know, he was sexually assaulted like him and the rest of his brothers. Yeah, he went through a lot. Still, he still should have seek help, and he still that didn't give him a reason to hurt other teenage girls. That still didn't give him a reason to. And again, I feel sorry. Like some of those stories, I was just like, man. I feel sorry. But as for that kid in Asante, hell no, I don't feel sorry for y'all. Even I kind of don't feel sorry for I can't think of her name, the one who was out there protesting when he went on his first trial, the one where he got acquitted. The girl that was out there, the little young girl who was out there who didn't believe, you know, R. Kelly could, you know, she was like, R. Kelly could do no wrong. She was protesting, you know, standing by his side of that. Even with her, I still don't really feel kind of, I don't know. I kind of don't feel sorry for her too. But those first couple of stories, those first couple of episodes, those girls I really feel sorry for them. But at the same time, those parents, I'm just not understanding how y'all couldn't fight hard enough. And I understand once they got 18, 19 years old, it's like you really can't. But still, I don't know. That's a touchy subject. And I'm just going to say this. We as the black community allowed R. Kelly to keep going on and going on and going on. Because we had some that believe he was doing it, but just wasn't advocating about stopping him. And we had some that was blind to it and just was like, no, he wasn't doing that. No, he wasn't. So again, R. Kelly was making music, but it's like with his music, we was getting blindsided and deaf to everything that was hearing, because R. Kelly made that feel good music. He made that music that, you know, making love music. He made two-stepping music. He made music to blind us from what the reality of what really was going on. And it's the black community who failed to stop this man from continuing to hurt these young girls. You know, it's us. It's us. We failed, and we allowed him to keep doing it. You know, and it's just, I don't know, y'all. All I know is he got 30 years. He should have been having 30 years plus more. Because, I mean, he been doing this for a long time. Since Aaliyah. And that was, what? 94, 95? Around those years? Something like that? 93, 94, 95? Something like that. Like, this has been going on for a long time. You know, so... I'm not trying to make this long because it's already long. It's like I'm 33 minutes in. But then, for them to say on the documentary, he had a bed in his studio, in his recording studio. How you have a bed in your recording studio where you record? Like that right there. I'm not going into all the details. All I know is R. Kelly is locked up for 30 years. And, hold on. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to take a call. But yeah, R. Kelly has 30 years. Should have been more. R. Kelly has been doing this for a long time. It's a long time coming. Again, I can't, man, I just can't listen to his music the same. And it's saddening because his music, I have a lot of memories with his music. a lot of memories, and now it's just not the same. So thank you guys for watching this video. Let me know down below what you think in the comments. Please keep it cute and respectful. We all have our own opinions. This is just my opinion and what I think. You know, we all have our opinions, but let's be respectful and, you know, be mindful of what we say. Okay? Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I will be back soon with many more to come. Bye, y'all.